I've never seen a player in professional sports who people are so eager to write off immediately. I mean, this is a guy who's played 4 games. And you got teammates, coaches, GMs, journalists, all pretty much saying things that are bordering, going from unfair to inaccurate to mean about a guy who still is just 22, younger than Brock Purdy. It seems like an actual phenomenon. What do you make of it?
Let me first say, Iggy, I've never seen anything like this.
Me neither.
I've never
It's
seen
unique.
any. Yes, it's unique. Here is a young, gifted quarterback, and apparently a nice guy who works very hard. And, well, let's start with the teammates. I saw Trent Williams not offer his hand to
McGlinchey. It was
No,
McGlinchey.
it was
Okay,
Trent
it was
Williams.
both of them. All right, yeah.
It was McGlinchey,
Yeah.
but I saw
Yeah.
Trent Williams walk right by him.
That's true.
When he
That's
was on the ground,
Yeah.
and he walked right by him. So a lot of this comes from the locker room. What the hell is that about? A teammate is a teammate, you know?
Yeah.
You're supposed to support your teammates. Here, the way I looked at it was they really like Jimmy. They overvalued Jimmy. And this kid came in, and who the hell did he think he was? Right. And they took out their anger at management on the poor kid.
Yes.
So I think a lot of this stems from the locker room, which the veterans have too much power,
Yes.
and the head coach was too weak in shutting that down.
Yeah, because he's a coordinator. It's Kyle. He's not Coach Shanahan. He's Kyle, the coordinator.
Yeah,
And
he was
lets
very weak.
Yeah, and there's also another thing, like he perpetuates a big lie about this team. You know, the big lie? The big lie. The big lie is the 49ers won the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, and they believe it. You know, they lost, but it came down to that one play on 3rd and 15. That's what changed everything in the fourth quarter. And Bosa was held. It was a bad call. The Chiefs got lucky. The Niners were the better team that year. Kyle said it like 3 weeks ago. The Niners were the best team in the league in 2019. The big lie is that they won the Super Bowl. They were the best team. So and he sold the fans, the organization, the locker room on that lie. If you believe it, then you believe Jimmy's good enough. The whole team was good enough. There's nothing you need to change. But then a year later, Kyle Shanahan goes and trades 3 years worth of first-round picks for a totally new quarterback who's all different. And that's the reality of the situation. You didn't win the Super Bowl. You're not good enough. And you got to be different. You got to do something different. You got to potentially take a step back with this project to get over the hump. And no one from the locker room to the fan base wants to hear that shit. That's painful. They like the lie. So they say that Trey's a lie and that Jimmy was the truth.
Yeah, I got it. So in other words, you're saying, we talked about the locker room. You're saying the fans have the same perception and the same feelings.
Yeah. The team was good enough. The team has been good enough. They should have beat the Eagles last week. They got bad luck. They should have beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They had bad luck. How do you hold bad luck against Jimmy? How is Trey going to change the luck? In fact, that really upset a lot of people, I think.
Got it. Well, I got to say, fans are fans, and they're allowed to have any delusion they want to have. Players should be a little more honest with themselves, should be a little reflect and be honest with themselves. But if the coach isn't honest with himself, he's setting the model. So the players aren't either. And when they really shit on Trey Lance when he was playing, the veterans, Kyle should have nipped that in the bud.
Yep, absolutely.
Should have nipped it in the bud. And whether he's an offensive coordinator or not, I'm just talking about his character and his leadership. That led to a schism on the team, and it was ugly to see.
Yep, it was ugly. And I'm telling you, the ultimate leader, from my experience, is Harbaugh. I'm thinking if Harbaugh inserted his quarterback and one of the so-called leaders on the team, Mike McGlinchey, whoever, walked right by him after a sack and wouldn't help him up, I'm thinking Harbaugh would make an example out of that guy and either bench him or kick him off the team. That's Harbaugh.
Agree.
That's how he would do it. He wouldn't mess around. He would love that opportunity.
Also, Bill Walsh.
Yeah.
Bill Walsh was everything for the team.
Yeah.
No individuals, no prima donnas. This is the quarterback I'm putting out there. You play with him. That's what would have happened. And so this behavior by Kyle has really unintentionally. I don't say Kyle means it in a bad way, but his weakness has led to this kid being misperceived and been treated abominably. He's been treated abominably, Iggy.
Also,
and you know what?
Go ahead.
Well, hold on. I'm not by the team.
Yeah.
I would love to know him, and I would love to ask him off the record, how do you feel? What's your experience been like here?
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about being here? How could he not be angry? How could he not be angry? How could he want to stay here? How? I mean, he doesn't have a choice. But how could he not feel like he's trapped and in purgatory?
Yeah. And Iggy, if he's not angry, he's not the quarterback we want him to be.
That's right. He should be pissed. Steve Young would be. Oh, my God.
Steve Young, Aaron Rodgers.
Joe, Aaron Rodgers. They'd be so pissed. Brock Purdy would be pissed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure he is. And I just, it's very, very strange how the Niners have set him up for this. It's not just that the things we've said, but it's also that since they drafted him, it was shocking. They traded all these picks to go up and move for him, and they've never really supported him verbally or in any way. Everyone in the organization kind of acts like, well, that wasn't my decision. Who the hell wanted him here? Everyone acts like they washed their hands of that entire decision. But somehow, who's responsible for it, and who's going to say, I want him here? I believe in Trey, and we want him here. No one really says that from their chest, you know?
Kyle, in OTAs, he needs to go in front of the team if this kid's going to be the starter. Not in OTAs, no. After Purdy gets hurt, and in the regular season, he needs to go before the team and say, I want 100% loyalty to Trey Lance. He is our quarterback now, and there are anybody who has a problem, come to me. But if you come to me, I have a problem with you.
Right. He needs to express that kind of confidence in Trey. Yeah. Instead, he's sort of like begging Brock Purdy to come back as soon as possible and hoping that he'll be 100% recovered in 6 months.
Right. Okay. And it's a very bad look for Trey. Everything, I got to tell you, Iggy, I think Trey, if I were him, I'd have to see a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Everything to him is no.
You suck, but I haven't played. Oh, we've seen enough from 80 throws. Okay. Can I leave? No.
And
can
you're
I leave?
Injury prone.
And you're injury prone. Okay.
And on top of that, you're injury prone.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being him? Whoa.
Yeah. Well, man, if they ever let him go and he gets to prove himself somewhere else, what a story that would be.